having a good day. Welcome to Slightly Below Mediocre Sports. We are not the best, we are not the worst, but we give it one hell of a try. So we got some 3x10 tempo today. Pretty happy with it, to be honest. It's been a pretty good morning, I will admit. Pardon me. Went to physical therapy this morning, and I had been doing some exercises where I stand next to a table and plant my left arm, plant my right arm, and transfer the weight back and forth. So I've been doing that type of workout for a week, and started feeling pretty good. My shoulder feels stable, and so he asked me, okay, so if you can do it while you're standing up, then try to get on your hands and knees and support yourself. So I could support myself, and I could hold and do like these kind of movements that he wanted me to do. And so I asked him again, hey, today is, 1 day short of 7 weeks since I've had shoulder surgery. When can I ride with two hands again? And he said that, well, you passed both of my tests, so you could ride with two hands now. So yes, we can do this two-handed cycling thing now. I'm very excited about that. And I don't feel like that me doing it and using this arm is like I'm pushing it. I feel like it's stable and solid, and my surgeon did a great job. So I've tried to follow the rules as much as I can, but damn it, I really wanted to ride my bike and feel good about it. So I'm pretty pumped about that. It's definitely going to be interesting for a longer effort. I did one of these before where I rode my bike without a sling a couple weeks ago, and it really, really hurt. It like put a whole bunch of pressure on the front of my shoulder, and my shoulder, it was sore for like 3 days. So I gotta still take it easy on it, but I'm pretty pumped. So we're gonna see what we can do today. Excuse me. I know the heart rate will be a little weird, maybe a little higher today, because I haven't drank a lot of water today. So I should get on that. But I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Drop me a like or a follow or a comment. Let me know you're there. Try to get this to be interesting today. I'm gonna do a little warm up to get everything, all the systems woke up. We want to keep a good cadence and make sure not to burn the battery out too soon. These longer efforts are a little bit more difficult for me because I am not an endurance rider. I'm a sprinter by, I guess, definition, and by races. So these longer efforts are a little tougher, but they're good to have to build endurance and to pick up on the back end of the sprints. When you, like if you're racing a kilometer, the individual time trial, right? If you're racing that, you are going to sprint as hard as you can for one full lap, and then you're kind of topped out at speed. So the second lap is usually your fastest because you're rolling, and then the third lap is all about hanging on. So, or fourth lap, wherever. When I was racing in Colorado Springs, it was only three laps because the track was 333 meters long. But the velodrome, like in Carson or Mexico or any of the rest of them really, are 250 meter tracks. So you're gonna do 4 laps. So usually your second lap is the fastest. The third lap you get a little bit of fall off, and fourth lap you're blowing up. Excuse me. So these longer efforts make the explosion a little less over time, if that makes sense. Not blowing up all at once. Hey, Emilio Navarro, how you doing, Jefe? Hope you're having a good day, man. I may have connectivity issues with my Bluetooth again. I hope not. I switched some stuff around and made sure that my Garmin doesn't search for my trainer, and I'm running my power from my Garmin off of my power meter on the bike. Then I'm running the trainer, my Tax Neo Bluetooth trainer, to the Bluetooth on the computer to run Zwift. So I think by maybe changing that around, the sensors around, it should be all right. But we'll see. So if we have issues, I apologize. Oops. I'm getting excited. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This is designed to get all the stuff in your body to kill the lactic acid. Can't remember what it's called. So I'm warming up to build the muscles to fatigue, to build that, and then they build lactic acid, right? When your muscles get sore or lock up, right? So if you can get that going, get that system producing so it kills the acid in your body before you start your workout and actually using your body, right? Then you're going to be better off than just if you hopped on the bike and just hammered on it, you know, in a few minutes, your body's going to catch up and it needs to dump because it's got to get rid of the acid. So what happens is your performance suffers. But if you can get that stuff burning off before you start putting power down, that's where you want to be. And your warm-up watts will change with your power. So if you start gaining more power, your warm-up may change. Instead of 4 minutes at 190, you may go 4 minutes at 200. You know, instead of 1 minute at 230, you go to 235. So you adjust accordingly. So, if you haven't watched the stream before, I'm going to give you a little bit of help. A little quick tour of this thing. So, let's see if I can do this. The red line here is my heart rate. You'll see it climb and go down. And you'll see that periodically through the ride. And what we're trying to do is keep a low heart rate with a gradual build and then a steep steep decline. So it means we're in good shape. You know, we ride for a while at a sustained effort and heart rate slowly climbs, and then when you quit the effort, it drops rapidly. It's a sign of cardiac strength, right? So I'm going to do the best to keep the curve gentle. On the top left corner up here, you'll see 3x10 tempo, finish in 47:19, and then 5-minute warm-up is in gray, and that shows the power zone it's in. Gray is not a power zone. It's like a recovery, spinning the feet, that's what they turn, right? The blue in 190 is the second zone for power. The green, 1 minute, 230 watts, is a third zone for power. You'll see on the bottom, right here, you have different colored bars under the heart rate, and those are the power zones. So we're supposed to stay disciplined and not go into the green, or not go into the yellow. I apologize, but I'm not very good at that. Slightly below mediocre sports. It doesn't mean I'm good at this stuff, but a little bit of an explanation of the zones. Up in the top middle, you'll see the real-time watts. I think it's over a 3-second average. I think that's what I have it for. Either that or that's on my Garmin. Either way, it's hard to keep smooth. All red, yeah, I wish. Thanks for the comment. I appreciate it. I wish I could go all red, but I don't know how long you've been with me around here on the stream. But tomorrow is 7 weeks since I had a major shoulder reconstruction surgery. So this is kind of like my first real ride, back riding with 2 arms. I am excited to start sprinting and actually getting into it again though. I believe on the 26th, in 2 days, I have some pretty gnarly efforts, like 45 on, 15 off for 5 or 6. So we're going to be getting back into that. We get her ramped up here slowly. Didn't want to do that. Yeah, thank you. It's going to take time, and I'm excited about it though. My shoulder was jacked up for like 10 years, and so finally getting it fixed and going through physical therapy and doing all that kind of stuff it's actually nice because my shoulder doesn't crack and pop and makes all sorts of weird noises and dislocate. So I'm happy when it's smooth in there, you know. I'm just going to settle in at a good cadence. As long as I'm within 10 watts of what's prescribed, my coach is happy, plus or minus. So if I feel good, then I'll turn it up the last 10 minutes or so of the last effort, but we'll see. Because the legs have a weird way of telling you that everything's okay, and you feel super strong, and then all of a sudden they take a dump. No, I'm just, excuse me, to be honest, I'm just riding random courses and doing workouts that my coach tells me to do. I'm getting ready for a track race in July. So I'm just getting to the point where my shoulder feels good enough and I'm able to ride and actually train again hard. So most of that is like sprint directed, not necessarily climbing. I do get to play around though sometimes. If I do what I'm supposed to on my ride, then I can go sprint around if I have enough time, like I don't have anything coming up next, like hanging out with the kids or running errands or whatever. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to be doing a co-stream on Saturday with a couple buddies, fellow veterans that ride their bikes for mental health and all that. We're going to co-stream and go for a ride. I'm not too sure what the ride's going to be yet, but I'm just going to try to hang on. Yeah, that's what my buddy said, and we probably will, but I'd like to try to stick with them under my own power. It is hard, like virtual racing, virtual riding, because my watts per kilo sucks. unless I'm sprinting, then it's great. But this whole cruising around stuff is torture. But when we try to climb, like, I weigh 170 pounds, I'm 6 feet tall. So you get a dude that's like 5'7", he weighs like 130 pounds, they just scoot right up the hill. You know, my big ass trying to get up the hill, god damn. But then on the way down, I wax them on the flats. I can usually keep with them because I do have the watts. But climbing is a tough deal. Oh, it was yesterday. The trainer was dropping out. I had it was like 300 watt efforts for a minute or something like that, and it would cut out at like 30 seconds, you know, or when I'm trying to spin down. But yeah, that was frustrating. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Norway. Right on, man. Well, thank you for tuning in all the way from Norway. I appreciate it. I guess it would be, what, late night there, early morning, or am I the wrong way? Yep. I haven't been to that part of the world in a long time. I forget the time zones. But I appreciate you tuning in, man. Especially on Twitch. I don't have any following or support on Twitch, so it's cool to get it from across the pond. Appreciate you. No, I haven't. Usually I write in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, so that would put it 5. Like I said, that'd put it about 6:30, 18:30 your time, you know, 18:30, 1900, and sometimes I have, 50 people in here at one time. Today's slow, but because timing, you're right. Whew. feels good. Oh, yeah, see, I don't know any of those people. I'm kind of a loner. I ride with a guy on Facebook and Instagram named Cycling with Doc. He's a veteran as well. He's an airborne medic in the Army. And my buddy Zed Pitts, who runs Velo Flow Project. I ride with those guys, and they're my good buddies. But I don't really know anybody out in the Twitch community or anything like that yet. I think this may be my third or fourth multi-stream, but I haven't been solely streaming to Facebook. Yeah, excuse me, Doc's a cool dude. So, been riding with that dude for a while. So it's cool. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We're gonna start opening up here in the next couple of days. Because right before I hopped on my bike, I sent my coach a text and told him that I could ride with two hands. And that made him very happy. So I know Thursday is going to be one of those days where I'm going to be glad I have my puke bucket. But I will probably save it as an event so people know what I'll be doing. Excuse me, sorry. I use the left side of my towel for snot and the right side of my towel for my face. There's a difference. And I don't spit on the floor. I have a puke bucket right here. I promise. But I heard there's a big cycling community on Twitch, but I haven't had anybody plug me in. But now I know who to try to get a hold of to follow this network with, maybe a little bit. I hope my stream is okay. I'm not having too many glitchy moments or connect issues with the interwebs. I try to get some decent music on there that people will maybe like. I don't know. Make it a safe area. Well, thank you. I appreciate your input. All I need to do is just up my game with a little bit more watts, huh? I don't blame you. With 3 decibels instead of, I'm at 2, so I guess I can, if I go 2 to 3, 3's there. Let me know. You're giving feedback. I appreciate it more than you know. I appreciate you taking the time. If the music needs to go louder, I can do that too. see if that's any better. Trying to make it kill a little bit of background noise. See? Oh, okay. So let me get back some power here. Now, tell me what you think. If that's too loud, I can turn it down. What's up, Corey Mack? Hope you're doing good, brother. Hey, thank you for the like, Corey. Awesome. I got all my homework done this morning. How much you got left? You probably taken wicked classes. Thanks, wow. Too much. I still have the homework. Where they're like, read 10 pages and answer 6 questions. And then I Google it. I just have to blend at this point in time. How about there? Hey, Corey Mack, how's the sound and music and all that? It's gonna be awesome. Cool. Thank you for your input. I think his name's Wow Peter, maybe? He gave me a little bit of input on sound. Just trying to make sure I'm at the right ratios. How about that? Dope. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know how to change that. I know, right? Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Oh well. I'm happy it's working out, you know? Anyways, I got all my stuff done early because I have a couple appointments this afternoon. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know, I lost it. Sorry. I started listening to a good song and lost it. Oh, I got all my stuff done. So when I get my appointments out of the way this afternoon, I could race. So I'm gonna be racing tonight, I think. I think we can get some classes, like hopefully advance our class in iRacing. That's been my goal. I've like neglected all kinds of different racing to get a B license in road, and it's terrible. A little bit too low of cadence there. Get her back up in the 90s. Kind of ramping it up here a little at the end because it feels good. To let the legs actually work a little bit. I use a roller, a foam roller, and stretching. No climbing for me. Excuse me. Yeah, people don't realize how much it takes to actually recover from that type of stuff. So I don't know what you know, Peter, about America, but my grandfather's from Mississippi, right? He's from, like, he picked cotton as a kid and all this stuff. They moved to like an old retired military base in California when he was like 12 or 13. And they're a real southern kind of guy. And when I started riding a bike, my grandpa said that he would never tucker out his legs just to give his ass a ride. And so whenever I ask my grandpa or he talks about me riding a bike, that's his famous line that comes out of his mouth every time. Especially because I'm from a little town called Groveland, California, right outside Yosemite National Park, and so we had mountains. Yeah, I like to cruise. Hey, maybe this is a stereotypical question, but do you ever watch those dudes racing motorcycles on the ice, like the flat track on ice in Norway? It's like ice motorcycle racing or something. That is insane. That has no relevance to cycling or anything like that. But I really dig that stuff. Maybe it's not Norway, but they're like these dudes with speedway bikes and they race around a flat track on ice with no brakes and wearing like hockey pads. Finnish, maybe. Are those the ones that have the crazy hill climbs, like the Formula hill climbs? I know that's so bad, I can't remember where they're at. All I can picture is those dudes just ripping it on those motorcycles on the ice, roosting the hell out of each other. It's awesome. It's awesome. And then, rally racing. There's somewhere they do I don't know if it's Iceland. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But they do the crazy like Formula hill climb stuff. And like I said, I can't remember where it's from, but what I do remember is just how badass those things are. Like 4-wheel drive paddle tire going up hills like this, just pinned. It's awesome. It's really cool to me because I'm afraid of heights. So, they're like way up there climbing the hills. I think it's pretty cool. Getting my mullet out of the way there. Yeah, the hill climb stuff is insane in the cars and on the motorcycles. Those dudes that are like, got like, damn near a V8 stuck between their legs with an 8-foot long swing arm trying to go up these crazy hills, and they just like pin it and hold on like, oh my God. It's badass when you have like a kill switch on your bike and don't want to get mauled by the tire. It's bad. Just waxing ass. But I'll race anything. I know it sounds weird. But I've raced go-karts, bicycles, BMX, and cycling. And I've raced a whole bunch of stuff. And I like it. It's an adrenaline dump. Makes you feel alive. My arm's getting tired. That sucks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a whole different style of riding. When I used to ride back home near Yosemite, I would pass dudes that had, like a gravel bike with fat tires on it, with like 40 pounds of gear, and they're just climbing, and they're insane. Not going very fast, but they're getting there. I always felt like a dick when I would like fly by them, because they're like, dick, Yeah, what's that, 90 pounds? 95 pounds? Holy moly. Yeah, no thank you. I rode I know this sounds dumb, but I rode a bicycle taxi, a pedicab, like a 1960s Mitsubishi bicycle taxi. Myself and two friends rode it from Scottsdale, Arizona to Riverside, California, and it was like 123 degrees outside every day. That was terrible. And that bike weighed like 60 pounds. One gear. We averaged like 11 miles an hour. It was terrible. Terrible. It took us like 5 days. Yeah, they do. They're deadly. We were taking like hour-long pulls because that's all we could take. We'd ride for an hour, hop in the truck, eat as much as we could. The next guy would hop out, ride. We'd switch. If you just ate, then at the next switch point you were driving. It was like, oh my goodness. But it was fun though. It was fun. My buddy got a hold of me and he was like, hey dude, I got a ride that I want to do. And I was like, okay. He goes, you got to sign a waiver. And I'm down. I don't care what it is, I'm down. If you need to sign a waiver, I'm down. I didn't know what I signed up for. But we went and picked this bike up and rode it. Oh man. Yeah, I understand. You have to keep moving. And that's why I mentioned I only averaged 11 miles an hour. And when you're out there in that heat, that's basically standing still. Ron Stringer, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate that you're here. Anybody in the chat, Ron Stringer is the gentleman that is responsible for me getting on a bicycle and riding a bicycle. And I will say that I never thought an elementary school teacher would come back in my life, much less a cool one, and save my life. And that's what Ron Stringer did for me and my family. Just looking out, being a good dude, and basically made me hop on a bike and start riding it. And without his help, I wouldn't have done anything on a bike. I would have probably been just another pissed off drunk veteran, but he saved me. And gave me a little purpose here. And he's helped a lot. So if you're still there, thanks, Ron. So these last 3.5 minutes are going to be exciting. We'll see how legs hold up. But I would like to push it a little bit. Starting to hurt a little bit. Whew. Thanks for hanging with me there, Peter. Woo! Thank you. Gotta keep her moving. Whew. Excuse me. Whew. Ooh, that was good. I'm really glad my arm held up. You know, that's the big thing. There's people that have had the same surgery. People that have had the same surgery as me that would still be in a sling, and you know, I'm riding on it. You know, it's been great. I did the correct therapy the way that I was told to do it. I didn't overdo it. I didn't say that I could handle it when I couldn't. Besides one time I rode too early and really hurt my arm. It was sore for like 3 days. But I haven't been using it to lift nothing or grab anything, and finally being cleared is a huge relief. You know, I don't know if you've ever had any kind of major surgery or whatever, but at 32 years old, I was really nervous about them opening my shoulder up and then it being garbage for the rest of my life. And my surgeon is phenomenal. The clinicians, everybody there is phenomenal. At Redwood Orthopedic. Redwood Orthopedic in Santa Cruz or Santa Rosa. They are amazing. Dr. Ginger was my surgeon, and I feel great. I've been doing what I need to do PT wise. I've had a good diet. I've been on my bike promoting growth and health. So it's doing what it needs to do, and I'm pumped. But I appreciate everybody, especially you. Wow, Peter. I'm sure, I hope that's what your name is. I appreciate you following along and letting me borrow some of your time late at night over there. I hope you guys have a good night and stay safe through all the craziness, right? Just not late for dinner, right? Call me whatever you want, just not late for dinner. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. And thank you for tuning in. I'll be on a little bit later, racing a little bit.